the 10 coolest things that I talked about in class. One, nurture versus nature. It allowed me to take a deep dive and think really about nature versus nurture and look at examples of people who were brought up in bad circumstances, which a few I know, and turned out to be very good people, and people that were brought up in great circumstances and turned out not to be so great. Some people who came from very bad families turned out to be okay, and some people who came from very good families. So to me, that debate's open. It contributes, but given the opportunities, circumstances, and the right help, I think all of that can be overcome. Epigenetics. This is a fascinating thing to me because just to think that a trauma inflicted on someone can impact their unborn child. And generationally, that can have an impact on the whole society who's been not treated well, and how long that impact would take to go away, and what would be the repercussions for that group as a whole socially. That's really something I'd like to dig into deeper as my anthropology career moves forward. Oh, what makes us human? And once again, it gives me an opportunity to think, what is it that really makes us different from the rest of the inhabitants of this planet? And I do believe it's the capacity to even understand what we do about this place and where we are and what's going on. And also to be humble enough to recognize we still don't know a lot. So just to be self-aware and to act on that self-awareness and try to expand upon what we do know, I think really is what makes us human. Natural selection. Natural selection, to me, is a universal law. That being said, what I mean by that is that when dust goes through a cloud in space and gathers mass and creates a star, that's natural selection. When that star lives for eons and explodes and spreads its stuff all over the galaxy and collects and congeals and makes a sun and a solar system, that's all natural selection. Even it comes down to the inhabitants of the environment that's created. All of that's natural selection. So to me, that's a universal law. Forensic racial identity. I think if we start doing this fairly across the board, it'll be eliminated, because I'm sure some groups don't want to be looked upon as their ancestral home and the place that they are. You start giving everyone that same label, I think that will go away, and that will be a great thing for everyone. The importance